Hello everybody, hope everybody's having a great day today. Today we are going to be talking about, the winter months of trout fishing. We're about to have a cold front in Fayetteville, and that is going to change a lot of things, okay? It's going to change, usually in the winter the water comes up, okay? You have quite a bit more water going, as you get more into spring. And that usually means the rivers are going to be ripping. So today I'm going to show you a couple baits that I will be throwing during the winter to help me get those big trout in the boat. All right, so first things first, I'm going to go start out with the list. I got 3 different baits here. I have some different ones, of each kind. But I say let's just get straight into this. So of course, fast moving water, this is going to be more reaction type style baits. So of course, in trout fishing, one of the best ways to catch these fish with the reaction style is of course, the jerk bait. Okay. My all around favorite, this is like the size above the smallest. Depending on how deep the river is, depends on how much bigger I'll go. If you're fishing a lot of water, a lot of current, yeah, go ahead and put on a bigger one. I got another one just like it. That was the rainbow trout colored. Here is the brown trout color, if y'all can see it. There you go. Those two are the same size. Those are about the size I usually throw around here. But there will be times where I will tie on a big one to really get my bait down there. Okay, second on the list. Okay, I'm sure everybody, I think this will surprise some people, and that is the spoon. Okay, I am, spoons for me, I'm a big bass fisherman. I'm thinking live scope with the big Dixie jet. And so when I see the spoon here, it kind of, I don't know, I just feel weird about it. But it's actually very effective in this fast moving water. I mean, you think about it, it's a shot of lead. It's a shot of lead. It's gonna sink. And it's got this amazing action to it. For example, this is a little Clio in the 1/40th ounce, and that's got some weight to it. I mean, that's all there. And I really like this color. It's got some chartreuse, some dark green, and that would really pop. Because you think about it, when you get a big rain or a storm coming in, that water's going to get a little bit muddier, and a color like that could really do it and could change the game and outdo that jerk bait. And but yeah, of course, great bait. I think it's kind of slept on a little bit in the trout fishing world. I think the younger anglers are wanting to throw more of jerk baits, and just because it's an old style lure does not mean you still can't catch fish on it in today's time. Now, of course, what everyone could probably guess, okay, this is gonna be the basic part of the video. And that is, of course, the inline spinners, all right? I know what you're thinking. Walker, that's about as basic as you can get. Just about as basic as you can get. So they're great. I got some Panther Martins. I got 2 of the Panther Martins, and then I have a regular old rooster tail. Whichever one you prefer, go for it. I got several different colors there. As you saw, I have a craw pattern, a rainbow trout pattern, and whatever this little dilly-dally is here. This little black and yellow. But yeah, they all 3 work well. I've caught fish on all 3. I like them, and they're very simplistic, and that's what makes it good, in my opinion. They get down, you can get the bigger weighted ones, and they'll get down there to the fish, and yeah. So, but let's go ahead and start kind of diving into how to work these baits, when you throw them out. So with this current, you're not really doing a whole lot, okay? You're looking at the current, and you're just going to see spots where it kind of calms down at, and that's kind of where you're throwing at. So that'll be kind of closer to the bank most of the time. You're looking for maybe a big rock that's coming out of the water, and right behind that rock, those fish will sit there. And so you just throw right beside that rock, and it comes down, into that little, I'd call a whirlpool, where it's just almost stagnant right there in that one spot. And trout will sit right there, see your bait, and get it. And so with all of these baits, you know, what I'll do is I'll throw them out there, twitch them a little bit, and then let that current do the rest. You know, I'll just occasionally give it a little twitch, and that's it. I mean, this is how simple as it gets. You know, when I first started getting into trout fishing, I just thought it was so complicated, when really it was the complete opposite. What I'm starting to learn is I think, you know, anglers coming from, you know, crappie fishing, bass fishing, you know, any other type of fishing that involves a lot of thinking, involves a lot of knowledge, and you know, skill. And you know, those anglers are coming into the trout world wondering, what am I supposed to do? Like, this is completely different. You know, I'm used to fishing ponds and lakes, and then going into a giant river is just crazy to think about, with this rushing water. You know, like it's just almost mind-boggling. And but there's not a whole lot to it, is what I'm starting to find out. The more I've been fishing for these trout, the more I've been learning, hey, it's not all complicated. It is not like going out and bass fishing one day and then a moon phase happens and then the fish are completely different. It's not like that. These fish usually stay consistent, as long as you can just match that, the flow of the water. The flow of the water is the biggest thing when trout fishing. If you can match that and figure out what to throw at different water levels, that will work best for you. And then knowing what size weight to throw. And so that's, you know, that's a broad statement. So you just have to go out, piddle around, and, you know, figure out what works best for your body of water. So go buy a couple sizes of rooster tails, go buy a couple sizes of your spoons, and go buy a couple sizes of your jerk baits. The shallower, the smaller. The deeper, the bigger. That's the best rule of thumb. Because you buy a small jerk bait and you're fishing 8 foot of water, you know, like this right here, going down the 8+ feet, it's just kind of iffy. And so you kind of have to just know your water and know the weight that goes with it. But believe me, pick these 3 baits up for your winter tackle box. You will not regret it. All right, guys, that's my go-to setup during, you know, this season, you know, this winter season. When the water's ripping, these are the 3 baits that I'm gonna have tied on no matter what, and nobody can tell me otherwise. But I think this lineup's pretty strong during the winter, especially with, you know, the higher water that's going to be coming soon. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Okay, guys, I need some support. I need some support from y'all to know that y'all are watching. But please reach out, give some content ideas. If y'all would rather watch trout fishing than bass fishing, I've already posted 2 videos, but not including this one. You know, one was bass fishing, one was trout fishing. If y'all would rather watch trout fishing, I'll focus more on that. If y'all would rather watch bass fishing, I'll focus more on that. Y'all just let me know, give me some ideas, and let's get after it. Thank y'all for watching. It's been a great time with y'all tonight, and like always, keep catching big uns.